Hi, thanks for tuning in today. This is Brian with Never Quit Nation. This podcast series focuses on motivation and peak performance in all areas of life. I've been an executive in the hospitality industry for almost 15 years, having held director positions at 4 and 5 Diamond hotels. I have the training and experience needed to perform at the highest levels, and it is my goal to help motivate and educate people on how to find their purpose and achieve their goals. Never Quit Nation is not just a brand, it's a way of life. Are you a member of Never Quit Nation? Good morning, this is Brian with Never Quit Nation. Today is May 2nd, 2016, and you are listening to episode 5 of Never Quit Nation podcast. Today we're going to talk about two things: personal responsibility and voting with your dollar. So first we'll start off with personal responsibility. Personal responsibility can be defined as somebody who has completely taken control of their life, who is owning the decisions that they're making, and more importantly, owning the consequences of those decisions, whether they are good or bad. Somebody that does not take personal responsibility for their life blames everybody else for their problems, blames the government, the politicians that are in office, blames the weather, the gas prices, blames everything around them, their family, their friends. Every single excuse that you could possibly imagine will be delivered as to a reason as to why that person is not in this situation they want to be in. Somebody who takes responsibility for their actions and for their life, however, is completely the opposite. They own their decisions, they own their consequences, and they have a path, a designed path, a course at which they want to go, goals that they want to achieve, and whether or not they're actually successful in achieving those goals, they have a path, they follow that path. And if they're successful, they accept the responsibility for that decision. If they are unsuccessful, they still accept the responsibility of that decision, and they move forward. They continue the journey on in their life. People that do not accept responsibility have no path. They're waiting to react to the situations that happen to them in their life. They're saying, I can't believe it. Always these things happen to me. I have the worst luck in the world. And then you look at some people and everyone thinks, man, that person's got all the luck. They just got all the luck. No, really what it is it's a difference between somebody who works hard and takes responsibility for their life versus somebody who doesn't have a good work ethic and is not taking any responsibility for their life or ownership for anything that's going on. Personal responsibility. It's very, very, very important. In order to make sure that you have success in life, you have to be able to have personal responsibility. So take charge of your life, hold yourself accountable, and stop blaming the people around you or the situations or the circumstances that you may find yourself in. Stop blaming that. And it doesn't matter where you come from. That's the biggest thing. People are always making themselves out to be a victim. I'm a victim of this. I'm a victim of that. Anybody can find victim in something, right? Our society is a society that cheers the victim on. It's the underdog that, everybody roots for, not the champ. It's the person that has the odds against them that everybody's rooting for, not the person who, has fought to be where they are consistently, maintained a level of success consistently. It's the underdog. It's the one that happens to be there at that moment. That's what our society is. We're looking at things as this victim mentality, and you can find victim in anything, but you've got to go beyond that. The role of a victim, you're basically giving up your power in life, and you're giving it away for some self-confidence, because that's what it is. It's, I'm a victim, and so you feel empowered by playing this victim role because you get attention from all these people that want to make you not feel like a victim. And really, it's more about, I think, sympathy. You're getting some sympathy from people, and it's not a genuine affection or a genuine respect. It's more like they think you're a victim as well, and they want to help you. But you have to help yourself. You are the only one that can make the choice to help yourself. If you want to stop something, some bad habit, nobody else in the world is going to be able to convince you. You must do it. If you want to go ahead and increase your income, nobody else is going to do that for you. You have to increase your value, your worth to your company, or start finding another company where you may have more value at, start a business, whatever the case may be, but you are the one that needs to make the change. Your company's not going to just start giving you more money because they feel like it, because they feel bad for you that you can't afford your bills. If you can't afford your bills, one, your bills are probably too high, and maybe you need to lower your standard of living until you can increase it. Or two, maybe you need to just reassess your life and say, okay, I can't afford my lifestyle. my bills are too high. I don't make enough money. What can I do to get more money? And you go ahead that way. And you start coming up with a plan to increase your financial situation. Everybody has to do that. I've done that many times in my life. And that's just something that is part of life. But to play the victim role, you're not going to get yourself out of anything. In fact, if you continue to play the victim role, you're going to dig yourself deeper and deeper down the hole of debt and despair. So if anyone out there that's listening that has this tendency to play this victim role, do your best to focus on that. Try to change that. Try to take accountability for your actions, your decisions. Take accountability for your life, the path that you're on. Focus. Be determined in what it is that you're doing. Hold yourself accountable. And you will find that instead of becoming a person who waits to see what's going to happen and reacts to it, be someone that goes out and takes life and owns it and has a purpose to each day. Because those are the people who achieve success. Now, you're not always going to have the perfect plan. Most people don't. But get some type of a plan together. You got to have something. You got to have something. And when people are complaining, when they're sitting there and they're saying, well, this person's controlling this, and this person does this, and this person does that, the only way that's going to change is if you change. If you don't like the way things are going in your life, then you have the ability to change that. And I'll kind of lead in here to my second part of my podcast today, which is voting with your dollar. People out there say that voting with your dollar is not the right way to do things, when I believe, personally, it's really the only way. For instance, a lot of people out there think fast food companies serve poisonous food. Poison as far as chemical laden, right? Lots of things in that fast food that probably shouldn't be consumed by people. Animals, let alone people, shouldn't be consuming it. You know, you leave out the fast food for a week or so, do a little experiment. It doesn't rot or mold, right? And yet daily, people are consuming this stuff. And then people say, this company should, close down, or they should change their food, or do this or do that. But they don't do anything about it. They just, they blame the company and say it's the company's fault. Well, ethically, sure, the company's not doing the best thing for its customers or for the health of the customer. They're just trying to make a buck. But you're the one that has the buck in your pocket. So if you don't like the food that they make, then you do not have to go and eat it. That's called voting with your dollar. If you pass this message along to a lot of people, then people will stop going to certain places that they don't like because they feel the food is unsafe, unsanitary, chemical laden, whatever the case may be, or any company for that matter, that they do not like. Vote with your dollar. Companies want to make a profit. If they cannot make a profit because no one is buying the stuff that they're trying to sell, then they're going to change their formula of whatever it is that they're selling. The marketplace corrects itself through the free market. So remember, if you're unhappy with a company, then vote with your dollar, because that's what's going to make change. And as consumers, you have the power. So hold that power. Don't give business to companies that you don't support, and only give business to the ones that you do. Thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to check out our website, neverquitnation.com. You can contact me at our website, staff@neverquitnation.com as well. And be sure to download our podcast on iTunes, Google Play. It will also be available on YouTube, and of course our website, neverquitnation.com. Thanks, and have a great day.